Leadership is inspiring extraordinary people to step up and serve their country. I have spent an awful lot of time listening to Canadians, learning from them, working with them. I know, and I've always felt for Canada, that we recognize that diversity as a great source of strength. Canada's extraordinary success is that we have bound together a vast country with a set of shared ideas and beliefs. I think it's always been understood that Canada is not a country that's going to stand up and beat its chest on the world stage. But we can be very helpful in modeling solutions that work. From the very beginning, I've talked about how we're going to strengthen the middle class in this country. I'm not worried too much about left-right spectrum. I'm worried about what's actually going to work to help Canadians who are worried about their own jobs, about their kids' jobs. As a Prime Minister, my job is not to try and influence or opine on what a leader of a different country should be doing. My job is to do the best possible job for my country. And I wouldn't want someone else telling me what I should be doing in Canada. I am a teacher. It's how I define myself. A good teacher isn't someone who gives the answers out to their kids, but is understanding of needs and challenges and gives tools to help other people succeed. That's the way I see myself. So whatever it is that I will do eventually after politics, it'll have to do a lot with teaching. One of the fundamental responsibilities of any Canadian Prime Minister is to get our resources to market. We need to make sure that everyone's pulling their weight and doing their fair share. Canadians get that, including the wealthy Canadians I talk to. My idea of freedom is that we should protect the rights of people to believe what their conscience dictates, but fight equally hard to protect people from having the beliefs of others imposed upon them. We're looking to make sure things are fair, and we're always looking at ways to lower taxes for the middle class and raise them on the wealthiest 1%. I think Canada has a great story, and I'm glad to tell it. And if there's a moment where the world is paying a little more attention to Canada, well, I think it's important to try and capitalize on that. Canadians need a plan for jobs and growth. I have nothing against wealth. I believe that government has a role to play in creating it by supporting pro-growth policies. However, success comes with responsibility. We provide our citizens upward mobility through economic opportunity. For generations, Canada has been built by hard-working people who want to make sure their kids have a better life than they did. Parents are the center of a person's solar system. Even as an adult, my dad had a stronger gravitational pull than most. So, his absence was bound to leave a deep and lasting void. My father raised us to step toward trouble rather than to step away from it. I am in politics because every day I get to work to make the world a little better for my kids. And for yours. I had to learn to dismiss people who would criticize me based on nothing. But I also had to learn not to believe the people who would compliment me and think I was great based on nothing. People have to know that when you sign a deal with Canada, a change in governments won't immediately scrap the jobs and benefits coming from it. What I was raised with in terms of a call to service was just a sense that I was lucky. If you're a progressive, you really should be a feminist because it's about equality. It's about respect. It's about making the best of the world that we have. We need to make sure we're all working together to change mindsets, to change attitudes, and to fight against the bad habits that we have as a society. Promising something that seems popular at the time, that you know you're never going to deliver, that's the kind of cynical politics that I don't want any part of. Living your life in the public eye is a greater burden than most people can imagine. The back and forth between the press and government is essential to any good democracy. You can't run a government from one single person. What instead matters is that leadership be about gathering around extraordinary individuals and getting the best out of them. Openness, respect, integrity, these are principles that need to underpin pretty much every other decision that you make. Canada was built around a very simple premise, a promise that you can work hard and succeed, and build a future for yourselves and your kids. And that future for your kids would be better than the one you had. We have created a society where individual rights and freedoms, compassion and diversity are core to our citizenship. But underlying that idea of Canada is the promise that we all have a chance to build a better life for ourselves and our children. I've made the commitment to Canadians that I'm going to stay myself. And I'm going to stay open about it. And I'm going to make sure that the thoughtfulness with which I approach issues continues to shine through. Once Canadians no longer believe that there is any good in politics, they no longer feel we can work together to solve the challenges we're facing. And that is my fundamental motivation. How do we work together as a country to solve the big challenges we're facing? I think people are looking at Canada and realizing we're a place that is building for the long term, and where the world's going to be. I think this is the story of this country, that you get to come here and build a better future for yourself and for your neighbors than you could have anywhere else in the world.